Hello everyone, welcome back to Tool Truck Tools, where we discuss everything tool truck related. We do have a MAC Tools RBRT tool haul here to go through today. Do have both hex and Torx keys in a couple different configurations here. This was all purchased out of the number 9 flyer, MAC Tools number 9 flyer. Do have a couple examples of non-RBRT hex options here, as well as some torque options, just some Husky and some. These are actually really well made here. This is Eaklind. This is actually a made in USA product here. I've had these for a while. These things have seen a lot of use and have been very good quality throughout the years. I can't recommend these enough. I'm going to use these as a comparison in this case to kind of show the differences between the RBRT format and your standard format. Another item we got here to discuss, this Hazet knife. If you're not familiar with, I don't have any Hazet tools. I am familiar with the company. Don't have any of their tools. I was actually on Amazon looking through just different stuff, and this popped up. This is probably the best cheap knife I've ever bought. I think this was $17, including international shipping. It did take about a month to get here. I did look the other day, and I think it's up to like $21 or $22. But for the price, can't recommend it enough. Very smooth opening. Again, it's nothing special. It's a $17 knife, but for 17 bucks, it's hard to beat. Locks in really good. Doesn't open the greatest. It's much easier to do without gloves. But all in all, for 17 bucks, it's hard to beat it. We'll go here. We'll start here on the hex side. We will open these up, take a look at them, and see what we got. I have never first time unboxing these here. I've never really messed with these. I did see them in a flyer. They intrigued me, so I figured I would grab them and we'd go through. Seems like your standard configuration stuff. This is all a made in Taiwan product here. This RBRT stuff sells under multiple different names. MAC Tools, I think, was the first with the RBRT line. Now I think the patent has run out and they're selling under multiple different names. Grip Edge, who I think is the actual original manufacturer, sells on multiple trucks. I know it sells on Cornwell truck. I think it sells on the Matco truck too. I'm not positive. Matco also sells their own version. I think it's called Opti Grip or Opti Torque, one of the two. And it's all the same product to my knowledge. I like the MAC stuff just because I have a good relationship with my MAC dealer, and I saw all of this in the flyer here. Let's do this here. Let's compare, just because it's the biggest and it'll be the easiest to see. We'll get the 10s for both your standard and your RBRT configuration here, and you can see it's almost like a star as opposed to your traditional hex pattern, which is found here in your standard key. And this star, the way this is shaped, it actually digs in whenever you go to turn. And I will say that the difference in the performance is phenomenal, particularly whenever you're dealing with around the house type stuff that has probably lower quality fasteners. A lot of times you'll round stuff off with your traditional style. I've not found that to be the case with this MAC RBRT stuff. I do actually have the MAC RBRT bit set that has, I don't know, 100 or so odd bits for just around the house, various sizes. Not most of you are just normal, smaller size stuff, but I pretty much always go to that just because those cheaper fasteners, it just doesn't take much to round them off. And this stuff here, I've never had an issue using any of the RBRT stuff to open it, to tighten or loosen any of those. Like if it comes in like some furniture or whatever you may be dealing with, I've always had better luck with that, and it's pretty much my go-to. This is going to be pretty much the same here. This is the metric version here. Again, pretty standard. I wouldn't say that the overall quality of any of this RBRT hex or Torx key stuff is any better than any of the other stuff. Again, it is a made in Taiwan product, but the design and the technology that goes into the into the tips is does certainly have its place for whenever you're trying to do stuff. Particularly, there's nothing more frustrating than rounding off something and being stuck trying to get that thing out of there, even particularly when it's something simple. Let's get into the Torx one here. See what the differences are on the Torx one, or Star as they like to call it. I just have a Husky set here just to show the difference in the in kind of the design here. Let's get one the same size. So as you can see, quite a bit more aggressive in the, I'm trying to see if I can get that to focus there. Quite a bit more aggressive in the points on the RBRT version of this to cut into to prevent any rounding off. Not as extreme of a difference as you get on the hex side. The hex side is pretty substantial. If you don't know what you're looking at, you might not even know that this is a hex key. If you didn't know what you were looking at, this is not quite as drastic, but still noticeable. And I will tell you, in the performance of them, there is a pretty drastic change, at least from the bit set that I have. Again, just opening these up here, don't have any real experience with these yet. I can't imagine that they would be much different in their performance than from the normal tips or the normal bit sets. Again, the yeah, there's quite a bit of difference there. Okay, this is not meant to do a video on this, but this Eaklind brand is very well known. If you're looking for a good USA made tool, Torx hex stuff, this is I've had these forever. I had this for 20 years. I did lose a couple in here, but I've never had any of them break. Never had any of them giving me any problems. And this was probably a fraction of the cost of this, and this is a USA made product. It's just FYI, I do like to try to support any of the USA made products whenever I can. That's all I got today here. We'll use this stuff here, get back on here, do some review, do some comparison, some contrasting between this. I do have a icon set. I don't know if I have the hex or the Torx, but I do have a similar set where I can kind of do some comparison. I do use these, at least the icon set, quite often for like the small engine repair and putting stuff together around the house. It does make it easy to kind of reach in there and get to some stuff that's kind of hard to reach just because you don't have the width, and you can kind of really reach in there and get the stuff without having any issues. So that's all we got today. Appreciate your time. Again, thanks for visiting Triple T, or Tool Truck Tools, where we discuss all things tool truck related. Any questions, comments, let me know. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day. Thank you for your time.